Shalom, shalom to all my brothers, my South African sisters. Okay, so what I'm gonna say now is basically just scattered, but I hope to whoever I'm gonna give comfort to or warning, you take it well. So I started my apprentice program in 2018. Did of course the 6 months training. And then I went into a company for an apprenticeship, a private company. So here's what's happening now, right? I'm unemployed. I just had some previous mini diploma education, but still unemployed. So let me tell you something first. The CETA or MESITA or the CETA board is completely clueless on the education that is suitable for South African young adults who just went out of matric. So this is what is happening, right? You go on your, let me say, your college EWC website, and you find your subjects, and under those subjects you find a whole bunch of careers. Let me say your plan is to do fitting, right? And under fitting they write all these like nice careers that you're gonna be a bullet maker. You're gonna be a car modeler. You're gonna be a component maker, like all these fancy things that in the real world they do exist, but not if you do the specific N2, N3, N4 course. Because in the South African context, these things that you're gonna do, I mean the N2, the N3, the N4, do not allow you to enter into that work area. And also, when you, let me say, get lucky, and I mean lucky enough to get a company that's going to sponsor your apprenticeship program, there's either two options that's going to happen there. One is you're going to go into the program, you're going to do your 4 years there, and you might be lucky enough to qualify and get a job. But then there's the second batch who go for the training and get a semi or semi certificate of the training. And that's it. Those people have a certain level of skill, but ever again in their lives, they will never, ever, ever again see a job. So I'm thinking that is where a lot of us are. We just go into these colleges, man, doing our N2s, doing our N3s, doing our N4s, and some even finishing up and doing a complete diploma. But there is actually never a result in South Africa. There's a whole lot of clueless politicians and the SETA board who are keeping South African children or South African young adults less skilled and unemployed. Yes, we do need sheet metal workers. Yes, we do need assemblers. Yes, we do need PLC programmers. But the people in the SETA board do not have a clue of what's happening in these factories, do not have a clue of what it is to work in a factory, and determine by that understanding or that experience what should happen or the careers that should be implemented with enough skilled people who are going to be able to train those people who are in the college space or who have just went out of matric. So here's the thing now, right? Or here's the thing that I'm going to propose. Dude, the NYD has to the sorry, the NYDA has to do a whole lot better. I mean, what is that institution all about? Because check this out, right? I went out of the, what do you call it? The apprenticeship program. Unqualified, by the way, because some boss took me in, or some company owner took me in. And after 2 years being in an apprenticeship program, I discovered, this guy might probably not be registered with the SETA board. And turns out they were not. Pursued the guy, complete 2 years, up until the 4 years ended, saying, please, I beg you, dude, take me to a training school, take me back to the training school so that I can get qualified. Dude was like, yo, dude, the company does not have money to take you there and stuff. And immediately when I quit, he was like, yo, come back so that we can take you there. But already, my point is this, because of a lack of preparation, I was already discouraged. But here's my point. I learned a lot, at least in that company, for me on my side, because I was highly determined. I learned a lot from him and I learned a lot from that company. So I decided, hey, let me start my own fourth industrial revolution type of company. So I started a 3D printing company making various self-designed components. Registered that company, right? Looked for funding so that at least I can have a little place where I can make my products so that they can be accessible to people so that they can buy, right? Because I think running a place from a specific address really does help people to see your business as being reliable. I went to all these funding programs that are available on government websites and stuff. I got nothing, no money, because guess what? They are looking for, what do you call these things? For buyer type of like contracts where if you are the business owner, someone must have given you a letter stating that they're gonna buy from you. But dude, if the government is not giving us opportunities, even though we have rare skills in South Africa, then who? And why can't we be slightly, and when I talk about slightly funded, I'm talking about being funded probably up until 40,000 Rand. Because either ways, there's a whole lot of money going to waste. So why can't the government risk a little bit of money in premises so that we can make our businesses there, man? We need addresses. We need places to run businesses. This is the risk that the government should be taking on us, the people who have went into the industry and eventually went out the industry because there's a lack of jobs therein. I'm just imagining right now, when I go into PNet or something, or throughout the year, should I say, when I go on the PNet website. I'm sorry just for speaking about the PNet thing, but I just want to make a stats kind of thing, right? How many kids do they N2? How many kids do they N3? And then what happens is that when you go on these job websites, you find like how many job entrances. I would swear there's like probably 200 fitting and turning job entrances in a year. And you could imagine the hundreds and thousands of kids who are pursuing their diplomas, who are pursuing their native courses with the dream that they're going to make it as apprentices or maybe become fully qualified one day. But that's not going to happen. So here's my main thing. Can the SETA employ people who have a good, not politicians who are eating millions of rands a year, who do not have an understanding of humility in their hearts, who do not have an understanding of the difficult situation that people who are living in the hood, in poverty, go through. May people who are in the mechanical, electrical, civil industry, who have good experience and background as to what they do, could they please just get into this CETA board thing? I don't know how, right? Get into the CETA board, implement what is necessary and the necessary skills so that when these kids or these young adults go into these EWC technical college websites and all these fancy careers are written out there, could it at least be true? Because yes, we do need scarce skills like sheet rollers, I don't know, man, TIG welders, stainless steel welders. We need those type of skills. We need like 3D printing skills. We need a whole lot of skills, right, in South Africa, right? So my suggestion is this: take people from where? From these companies, from these factories, bring them in into the CETA board, bring them in the CETA, and may they have a high and visible role that they can play, right? So that things can go on smoothly in South Africa. And these career opportunities may not be constricted, but open, right? And what do I mean by constricted? We cannot be only qualifying as fitters and turners. We cannot be only qualifying as plumbers. We cannot be only qualifying as electricians. There's a whole lot of like sub sects under these careers, dude. There's like PLC programming. There's like scanning, the other kind of scanning. I'm talking metrology. There's the other kind of things we do need in South Africa, like gun making, like bullet making, like how do you call that? I forgot it, but like that career where you pour like hot metal into casts and stuff. I think it's cast making, but we do need those type of things because a whole lot of people who are going to the college place are absolutely clueless. And again, I'm seeing a whole lot of people who are going around, dude, with like semi skilled certificates from like training centers, but have not qualified yet. So what's up, dude, with like the CETA? Like, dude, I'm tired of these clueless, greedy, unhelpful. Like they don't have Ubuntu type of mentality kind of people. So can we please, from whoever has the power to listen, can we at least get a little bit of help? Shalom.